My name is Shauna and I'm going to teach you how to finger weave today. Starting with a good book is very highly recommended. There are several wonderful books out there. One of the older books is called Finger Weaving Indian Braiding by Alta Turner. I love this one. It's called Kids Weaving by Sarah Sweat. And we also have Finger Weaving Basics by Gerald Finley. All three of these books are wonderful, but since I am going to be making finger weaving bracelets, finger woven bracelets, some kids call them friendship bracelets, I am going to use the directions from Kids Weaving. Okay, before you get started, you need to gather your supplies. Again, I like to have a good book for reference. This one's called Kids Weaving by Sarah Sweat. You will need a clipboard. You could have a traditional clipboard like this. You could use that, or you can make your own, which is what I did. And here is a piece of wood, and then I just added a binder clip from an office supply store. And those are pretty reasonable, so you can make your own clipboard. And then you'll need either a pencil, a chopstick, or a stick. Any of these items would work to secure your weaving. It just needs to be about 1/4 of an inch in diameter, and a pencil is the perfect size, and a lot of people have those laying around. You'll also need a tape measure or a measuring tape and number 3 pearl cotton. You can find number 3 pearl cotton at stores that sell used items such as Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul, or your local yarn shop might have a bin of used supplies, which is where I got mine. If you have questions, just ask a craft store, like a yarn store or craft store, what number 3 cotton looks like, and they can help you find it. Okay, we will get started. Oh, and don't forget scissors. You're going to need a nice little pair of scissors for cutting your yarn. Okay, let's get started. First, you're going to need 3 different colors of number 3 pearl cotton, and each of those is going to need to be a length of 4 feet. I used my tape measure and I marked a 4-foot mark on my wall right here with a soft pencil. Oops. And when I'm done with this project, I'll just erase it. If you do something like this, make sure you ask your parents if you can. And then I measured out 4 feet, and I cut 3 lengths of 4 feet each of the number 3 pearl cotton, which we have right here. Now I'm going to tie them on to my stick. After you've measured out 4 feet in length, take your yarn and fold it in half. So you have a loop at the top, like so. Okay, so now you have your loop of your yarn that's folded in half, so you have a loop at the top. It's just folded in half. Then you take your stick and you put it in front of the loop like this. Actually put the stick in front. It doesn't, you do either way. So I actually am going to have the loop come over the front, and then you pull the bottom strings through it like this, and you just gently pull it, and now it's attached to the stick. Okay, again, I'm taking my next color of string, or number 3 cotton, and laying the loop on top of the stick, and now I'm going to pull the strings through that loop, and again give it a little secure tug. So now I will work on my next color, which is kind of a turquoise. So you divide it in half, and you lay that top loop over, and then you pull the inside through it like that. Now I have 3 lengths of number 3 pearl cotton. I'm going to put them a little bit close to each other like this and give them a little tug. Now I'm ready to secure them to my clipboard. This is how it should look when it's attached to the clipboard. Now I'm going to start weaving. Always start with the string on the left-hand side. Okay, as we continue weaving here, we are going to, again, we always start from the left string, and we always start going under first. So we go under, and then we go over the next string. The most important thing, again, is to keep them in order. Then we're going to go under, over, and under. You kind of press on them so they don't get out of order there. And you pull to give it a nice little tug, just to keep it snug. Okay, and then you take a minute, or a second rather, to just make sure they're in order. And then again, you pull from the left and you go under. Under, over, next one is under, and then over, and then under. Okay. And we keep these in order. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with the one on the left, and you always start with going under. Under the next string, and then over, under, over, and under. Now I have a new order of strings, so I make sure they're all in order because that's the most important thing. And I just give a little check to make sure they're all in order here. And a little tug to kind of tighten it up. And I'm going to pull from the left, and we're going to start by going under. Once again. And over. And then under. And over. And under. And then I'm going to pull this one and give it a nice little tug. There we go. And I'm just going to straighten out the strings and make sure that they are in order. Okay. Like so. Okay, I'm going to work on this for a few minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, when you're done having it be the length that you want for your bracelet, you pull it off the stick and you tie a knot, one knot right there with all the loops together. Just tie a knot at the end there. And then on this end, we're going to braid 2 braids with the leftover strings. So we have 6 strings, and we're going to braid each of those into 2 braids, or each side into 2 braids. Make sure you knot the ends of both braids. Okay, our beautiful friendship bracelet is done. I hope you enjoyed this lesson on finger weaving. I just wanted to share a little quote from the book that I really love called Kids Weaving by Sarah Sweat. And she writes, Over 200 years ago, Native Americans taught finger weaving to a group of fur trappers called voyageurs. The voyageurs became famous for their finger woven straps, which they used for many practical and decorative purposes. And I hope that your friend will enjoy your friendship bracelet if you give it away. And remember that traditionally, if you tie it onto somebody's wrist, they wait until it falls off on its own. That's the tradition of the friendship bracelet. Thank you.